Hi everybody, how's everybody doing? It's Sandy B. Stitcher here, that's my channel name, and this is a channel about cross stitch and once in a while some crochet and quite a bit of chat. So I'm here to update you. Today is Thursday, it's early afternoon. Crazy weather in Ohio. I don't know where spring is, but it's not in Ohio. We had snow last night. We're supposed to get quite a storm tomorrow with snow. So not quite what I would consider mid to going into late April, but it is what it is, so we have to take what we can get. How's everybody holding up with the stay-at-home orders? I'm doing okay with it, but my husband, not so much. I do have a few things to show you today, cross-stitch wise. And I just wanted to chat with you a little bit. I'm in my craft room again. I kind of turned the laptop so you get a little bit different view than what you got last time. There is light coming in the window today, so even though we had snow last night, it's kind of bright out there today. The sun was out for a little while, but I think it's just not really shining out there, but it's bright, so it's coming in the window. Let's see. I've been watching a lot of Flosstube, but I did kind of drop out of Instagram. I felt like it was taking me too much time to sit and look through there, and it was taking time away from stitching, and I felt like I had to like everything, and so I just made the decision just to not post anything on there and to not look. So it's been about a week and I haven't even really opened it up. So for the short term, if I have significant progress on something, I'll put it on Facebook. And like I said before, you can request to be friends with me on Facebook. It's Sandy Smith Bacus on there. And that's where I'll show it, that and my videos. So I'm going to try to keep doing the regular videos, and we'll see how it goes. Let's see what else was happening. I tried for days to go online and order groceries for pickup. What a disaster. I would take all the time to fill out and put in the order, and then I couldn't get a pickup time. It would just keep telling me they're full, they're full. So I tried a different store, went through the whole thing all over again, put everything in based on what they had. Couldn't get a pickup time. I tried for days. So finally I told Bob that I was going to have to break down and go to the store. I don't have any of those masks, but I do have the gloves. So, and I needed a lot of things because we've used up a lot of stuff, and I really didn't want to ask the neighbors. He's in his 50s, she's in her late 40s. They have two younger kids. The little boy, I think, is like 6, close to 7, and the girl is maybe 11 or 12. And they're both working because she works at a nursing home. She works nights, and he works for a printing company that is doing essential printing. So I didn't want to add to their burden. So I made up my list, and then I got up in the next morning, and I just went first thing in the morning. And I would say maybe about half of the people that were in there did have masks on. And they had the aisles where you were supposed to go one way, but it was on the floor. And at first I didn't even see that. And then I happened to notice it. Nobody was following that because I don't think they saw it down there on the floor. But after I saw it, then I started doing it. But you kept, meeting people in the aisles. It wasn't too crowded, but I had to stand in line for a long time because they only had one checkout open. But I got all of what I needed. So we're good for now again. And Bob got his donuts. That's what he kept asking. When was he going to get his donuts? You have to remember what's important. Let's see, what else has been going on? I decided that I was going to try to make some face masks. I do have material here, but I didn't have any kind of elastic or anything. The only elastic I have is really, really wide, like waistband elastic. And I thought, well, I could try cutting that, but so I needed some floss, so I went on Michael's online and I put an order in, but every elastic thing that I clicked on said it was out of stock. So finally I clicked on this other stuff, and I'm hoping that it will work. I went and picked the order up today, and I was able to get most of the floss that I needed, and they do the curbside pickup. So that was quite easy to do. So I did that. So probably tomorrow morning, I'm going to try to see if I can put together those face masks. I used to sew, but I don't anymore. So as long as it covers our nose and our mouth, I guess that's all that's important. And then trying to get Bob to wear one when he goes out someplace. That could get a little dicey. But anyways, I guess I've chatted enough. Let me show you what I stitched on. And I was going to say, I watched one of Michelle Garrett Bendy Stitchy's Flosstubes the other day. And in that one, she was saying something about how she just has been feeling very unsettled. And I thought, when I heard that, I thought, that's exactly how I've been feeling, with this uncertainty. And Bob and I used to go out to restaurants and eat a lot. And so you can't do that now, and we don't have any large chain restaurants near us here except for fast food. And we have some smaller local restaurants, but it's not the type of stuff that we were used to going out and having. And it's been difficult, this cooking and trying to plan, and Bob wants to order pizza all the time, and my stomach has had its issues over the last couple of years, so I try to be careful what I eat. And I don't know, I will be so glad when all of this is gone. And I know they're saying it's going to be a long time before everything goes totally back to normal, if it ever really totally goes back to what we consider normal. There may be a lot of changes in our future, but we just have to go along with what happens. Anyways, I started to tell you about my stitching, and I got off again. Terry Lee Crafts calls those rabbit trails. Anyways, one thing that I stitched a lot on was my Minnie Mouse cabin home. So let me pull it out of the Q-snap here. And I have a surprise on here for you. I really wanted to get to that top right-hand corner. And guess what? I did. Take my needle minder off here and put this over here. Look, that's that top right-hand corner. Cool, huh? I did it. Got a lot of threads hanging there, but you know, I'm doing this with Pattern Keeper, and I got a lot of stitches into this. And I was so happy because that's the corner right there. And that's all filled in there. It doesn't have any missing stitches until down to about here. So the rest of those are all filled in. And then I'm going to have to go in here and do some fill-in. But let me hold the whole thing up here for you. Is it showing? I'm going to cover up my head. I hope it's in there because I can't see through it. Yep, looks like it is. So there it is. It's coming right along. And I'm very pleased with it, very happy with it. And I'm going to keep going. Now, I don't really think I put any stitches into that other one, that I had just recently started, the Victorian Garden, which is a Hade. And I don't think since the last video that I did. But I did pull out Shades of Summer and started putting a few stitches into that. But I didn't bring it up here today because it wasn't many stitches that I put into that. And I'll show you that in the next video because I plan to work more on that now than Minnie Mouse Cabin Home. Okay, another one that I put just a few stitches into was Family Quaker. This is a design by Irina Faber, I think it is. It's V-E-B-E-R, could be Weber. It's Verbena Designs. And this is it. I got it from Etsy. And this is the one that the last time I showed it to you was when I had started it. And I told you the wrong material color. This material was gifted to me by Kathy, Crafty Cat Stitcher, and this is 30 count. And I want to make sure it's Norden Pearl Linen. It's 25 count, and she gifted it to me so that I could try 25 count. And I'm stitching this 1 over 1 full crosses, and I put it in this little hoop because it's all I had all my Q-snaps in use when I took this out. And there's where I am on it. I have a needle in there. This is slow stitching because it's very difficult for me to see, but I can see it. And then I thought to myself, well, why could I see this? But I was having so much trouble with that 25 count easy count that's pre-gridded. And I thought, I wonder if it's the gridding in there because they really darken the outline of the square. It's really darkened. And I thought, well, that might be it, and it might be just the weight of the material, but I decided that I couldn't do that, I was doing 2 threads over 1 half stitch. So then I wondered, well, I wonder if I could do it doing like I'm doing on this one and using 1 thread and do a full cross. I don't know, but I may take a little corner of that 25 count and just try it and see. I need to experiment. I've been a pretty much 14 count Ada girl, and but I can do this. It's difficult to see, but it's not impossible. And so I'm going to keep working on this. And, I have my magnifier with the light in it, and I pull it down, and I stitch with it, right up here, pretty close to me. And just looking at it without a magnifier, I know that I would never be able to get the stitches in the right spot because it's kind of not really a blur, but I wouldn't be able to get those stitches in there and know they were where they're supposed to be. So I'm going to keep continuing with this off and on. But thank you, Kathy, again for this material. This is really a nice piece of material. It's not too thin. Some of the linens that I see people hold up, you can see right through them, and you can't really do that with this. It's a little bit thicker. It's got a little bit, I don't know how to describe it, but I like the feel. So I'll keep going with this one. And then the one that I pretty much have spent most of my time on for this, well, at least for the last few days, is I did not use my Flonase today, and my nose is just driving me crazy. I should have used it. Allergies are, even though we got snow outside. Oh boy. Anyways, this is my Prairie Schooler. This is my card stock pattern that I got at a thrift shop. And it's the 4 Seasons. And these were all originally released as separate patterns. Where does it say that? Okay, it's on the back here. These were released in 1987 and 1988 under the names Spring Cottage, Night Garden, Trick or Treat, and Home for Christmas. And then what they did for this, and this has a date of copyrighted 1992. They put these all together, and that's how I'm going to stitch them, is all together on one piece of material. And what I found with these, I picked this up originally, and I looked at this and I thought, oh, those are small. I'll be able to whip those out. I had never done a Prairie Schooler before. I love stitching this, but boy, is there a lot of stitches in each one of these. It's almost like doing full coverage. There is very little empty space. But I'll show you where I got to. And like I said, I'm loving this. I'm doing it on, let's see, what is it? I got my paper here. Let me look. It is, I can't see through the bag. It is 14 count oatmeal. It's, I got it, it's Joann's brand of Ada, but 14 count oatmeal. And here's where I got to with the first one. And this tree is, I just love this tree. This tree is so pretty. Those pinks and greens, and then with the, it's a really dark gray for the tree trunk. And I love doing this chimney coming up the side. There's 2 colors in that, and it's just, I love it. I really do. So I'm enjoying stitching on this, but I've had it out now for a while, so I'm thinking, I was kind of pulled in two directions. I was like, should I just keep going on this and finish this? But there's a lot of stitching left down here to come out all the way down to here and across and up. And I thought, man, that's going to take me quite a while to put all those stitches in, because like I said, it's almost full coverage. And then I thought, no, I really want to stitch on some other things too. So I guess I'm going to put it away and get something else out. For today, what I wanted to do, I wanted to stitch a little bit this afternoon on that Norden linen for Family Quaker and put a few more stitches into that. And then I think I'll pull something else out and go from there. Boy, I can tell in my voice, I can hear it because I didn't use that Flonase this morning. I should know better. So anyways, I don't really have any firm plans. You know how it is. I say that I'm going to do certain things and it never works out. Yesterday I did a whole lot of things around here, and I want to try to do those face masks, and at least 2 of them. And if they don't turn out too awfully bad, then maybe I'll make 2 more so that we'll each have an extra. And just go from there, try to get some things done and just keep working away. I hope that everybody's well and that nobody you know has this virus. At this point, nobody I know has it. Just gotta hang in. I hope everybody had a decent Easter with the situation as it is. We did church on Zoom, and after the service, the Zoom app broke us into some different groups, and we were able to have what they would consider coffee time, and talk to a few different church members. And then on Tuesday morning, I got on Zoom with some of the people from church and the pastor, and that was nice because I was able to find out from people a little more what was going on out around here, since I really haven't been going out. And it was interesting. It was good. I tried to have a Zoom meeting set up with part of my family, my daughter and my granddaughter, so that I could at least see them. But I guess they weren't really interested because I was texting back and forth with the oldest granddaughter, and they were supposed to let me know if they got Zoom set up so that I could send them a link for a meeting, but nobody ever got back to me, so I guess they're just too busy playing video games or whatever. Now, my daughter and my one granddaughter are working, and they work at Discount Drug Mart, which is a regional drugstore, and I know that they're working a lot. So, but the other 2, I don't know what. If I sat and worried about it, that's all I'd do, so I'm not going to do that. Okay, everybody take care. I'm sending out my love to everybody and my hugs to everybody, and I hope you're all well, and I hope you all get a lot of stitching time. And if you post your stuff if you friended me on Facebook and you post your stuff on Facebook, I'm seeing it. Vicki, I'm pointing you out there because that one thing that you're working on with the purples, oh, that's very, very pretty. So let's just keep it up, and I will see you all again a week to 10 days. So love to all. Take care. Bye-bye.